Fellow Virginian, our emotions are stirred and our hearts are thrilled when we hear her sing our official state song written by James Bland, Carry Me Back to Old Virginia. This ballad calls to our minds the love and devotion that we Virginians have for our native state, and our pride swells and our spirits rise as again and again we sing this refrain. Today I'm thinking that we should strike another note on a rearrangement of the title words and use as our theme, Carry Virginia Back to Her People. For a long, long time now, the political machine which controls Virginia has been leading us in the direction of an all-powerful state government centralized in Richmond. They're yelling states' rights, while at the same time they're taking our local rights away. There has been a steady and alarming growth of centralized power at the state capitol and a gradual lessening of the power of the localities. Local authority and control are disappearing in Virginia. The rights of the localities and the rights of the people in these localities are being taken away and transferred to Richmond. I say to you that it's time for us to begin singing, Carry Virginia Back to Her People. As a sincere advocate of states' rights, we should not only condemn all encroachments upon the rights of states, but we should just as strenuously object to the encroachment by the states upon the rights of the localities. The purpose of the 10th Amendment to our Constitution was to preserve not only to the respective states, but to the people in those states all rights not delegated to the federal government. Important in the principle of states' rights is the protection of our rights at the local level. I charge that the Democratic leadership in Virginia is undermining that principle by clipping the localities of their independence in government. We have about reached the point in Virginia where the local boards of supervisors and local county and city agencies are nothing but rubber stamps for Richmond. The cream of the tax sources are taken by the state. The counties and the cities are becoming more heavily indebted year by year, while the machine leaders boast of the state being free of debt. The control of many local agencies has been taken over by Richmond. A state compensation board at Richmond, politically inspired and operated by organization stalwarts, fixes from Richmond the salaries of all constitutional officers in the counties and cities, thus requiring all these officials to look to Richmond for their bread and butter. The powers of appointment placed in the hands of the governor and the state judges appointed by the governor from the dominant party remove all but 3 of our state offices from the voice of the people. And even these 3, governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general, the net result is that the people are only given the right to approve at 4-year intervals the names who have been chosen for them by a small group, maybe even by one man. The electorate in Virginia is so restricted by a poll tax which the people are required to pay for the privilege of voting that representative government does not fairly exist. The organization is so strong by its long tenure of control and the centralized power of state government that many individuals and many localities feel that their political freedom is gone. The powers of the state government at Richmond are continually expanding, while the powers of the local governments are dwindling away. At the last session of the General Assembly, the Democratic leadership struck another telling blow in this direction. They took from the localities their voice in saying what schools their children should attend. This power was grabbed from the local school boards whose hearts are dedicated to the cause of education and transferred to a centralized board in Richmond. This act was not only a blow to the principle of self-government, but it was further an insult to the local school boards of the 129 counties and cities in Virginia. This transfer of the powers of the local school boards to a newly created board in Richmond, coupled with a cut-off-the-funds program, centralizes more power than ever in Richmond. This is an attack upon the most vital phase of our government, the education of our children. Little wonder it is that the people of Virginia are crying for the rebirth of local government and political freedom. 1957 is the time, and Virginia is the place for us to put in practice the principle of states' rights and local rights. So I appeal to you to join with me in a new day with a forward look in singing a new song, Carry Virginia Back to Her People.